from Tokyo to Mount Fuji, and my first stop of the day after checking into my hostel is the Fuji-Q Highland Amusement Park. I'm so excited. Oh my God, here we go. That roller coaster was insane. It spun you around backwards and sideways. Like, it had more turns than any roller coaster I've ever been on. That was absolutely wild. I just spent a few hours at the Fuji-Q Highland Park, which is an amusement park here at Mount Fuji, and the roller coasters were super awesome and fun. My favorite one is the Ajanayaka roller coaster. The Ajanayaka, it was so fun. It had so many loops. It was so awesome. The other three that are the main big attractions are really fun also, but definitely if you come here, you have to do all four of those. They are so cool. Also, come in February. There are hardly any people here. The lines were much shorter than they previously were. And also, I got super lucky and I could see Mount Fuji, the whole mountain, from the roller coasters. It was so awesome. I had so much fun! And now I get to go back to my hostel, which is so cool because I'm staying at an onsen, which is like a hot tub. And it started raining and I'm a little bit cold, so now I get to go do that, and it's been such a great day. So I just had a really interesting night, and you can't see me because it's really dark, because I'm on a really dark street in a little tiny village at the foot of Mount Fuji in Japan. But I was in this bar that strangely everybody spoke English, which is the first time in all of Japan that people spoke English. And I met this woman from South Africa who's teaching English here, and the bartender who is from Fresno, California, who moved to Japan to start a business. And honestly, it was just a weird night because this is such a small, deserted ghost town that there's nobody out here. And honestly, if this was in America, I would be absolutely terrified because it's deserted and nobody's here and it looks really fucking sketchy. But it's safe, and it's just, and I fell earlier. I tripped over a wire that was in the street and I scraped up my hand and my knee. I want to talk about the food there. I got this burger that was actually really delicious and kind of Japanese style. And then I was like, I kind of want some gyoza or some dumplings. And he was like, oh yeah, I can just tell the bar next door and they'll bring it over. And they did. They delivered food to a different restaurant. It was the weirdest thing. So I got gyoza and fried rice, and honestly, it was like absolutely delicious and completely unheard of. But it was amazing, and it was just an interesting, weird night. And I'm on a dark street again. It truthfully looks sketchy as all hell. And again, if I was in the States, I would not be walking here at night. And you can see the stars. And I bet if this tree wasn't in the way, you could see Mount Fuji. Because it's such a clear night that you can see the stars in this little village. So anyway, if you come to Japan, come in February. It's cold, but there's not a lot of tourists. And you don't have to wait for stuff. I'm sorry that this is so black and dark. There's no street lights in this little village. So something interesting is that since I can see the stars, I can see the Big Dipper, and it's the opposite as when I would see it in North Plains, Oregon. It's like flipped, and so it looks upside down in Japan. So I am staying at a hostel in Mount Fuji, and this is a really cool one because it is an onsen also, which is basically like a hot spring or hot tub, and it is very, very traditional. None of the staff here speak English except the host, and there's these really cool tables that I really love that I wish we had in America. They're heated, so you sit on the floor and there's these big heavy blankets that go over your lap, and the bottom of the table, like the underside of it, has a heater. I'll show you. And so it's really cozy, and I'm just waiting for my green tea to get here, which will be also warm and cozy. And then I'll probably go hang out and sit in the onsen. This is also open to the public, so there's, according to the host, lots of local Japanese people that'll be here. And he said they would try to give me food and stuff, so I don't know, we'll see how it goes, but it's very traditional, and I really like it. This is a really nice change of pace from Tokyo. It's really relaxed, it's in nature. It's a little teeny tiny village. Last night I went out to one of the restaurants. There's like no streetlights. I was walking through what looked like a deserted ghost town, and there was this wire sticking out of the road that I tripped on, and I scuffed up my knee and my hand, and it was all bloody and stuff, but it was a really fun, really interesting night. So this is a really good experience so far in Mount Fuji. So if you come to Japan, I would recommend staying here, and I would also recommend coming to Mount Fuji in general because it is absolutely beautiful. Also, something that's cool that I love about Japan is they have heated toilet seats. Why don't we have that in America? It is such a good idea. And I am the only guest staying here, which is actually really cool that I get the whole place to myself, which is really nice and peaceful. And a very nice change from Tokyo, which is very crowded.